I'm going to show you two different types of noodle legs, and the first one is slightly easier. It'd be really handy if you have already unlocked manuals for this skill, and if you want to leave these in, you absolutely can. I've taken mine out so you can see a little easier what I'm doing. Technically this one doesn't have a name, but I've been calling it Slinky Noodle Legs, but we're not talking this kind of slinky, we're talking more this kind of slinky. What I'm doing here is I'm just going to stand my weight equally split. Then I'm going to shift all my weight to my left foot and point my right one out. Go as far out as you feel comfortable and then turn. And at this point, you're going to go on the toe and slinky it back in. You see where slinky comes from? Then I'm going to swap my weight to the right leg, point it out, turn onto the toe and bring it in. So it's very similar to noodle legs, but it's a little bit easier because the noodle legs requires you to do a heel-toe manual in the middle. This one, you can be as fancy with it as you like. So when you turn the foot out, you can do a heel manual, down and bring it in, or you can just take the foot flat. I think this is a really nice beginner move, just to get you feeling the music. Slinky Noodle Legs. Once you get comfortable with this turning out, turn, bring in, you can help build up ready for the full-blown noodle legs. When you do that as a heel manual and then slide. So it comes up, you swivel, and then it goes down. That will really help you getting used to that movement ready for the noodle legs. See how I'm keeping really low in the knee when I do this? The lower in the knee, the further out the legs can go to the sides. As you get more comfortable, you can just get that a little bit lower. Let's move on to the actual noodle legs. So if you're familiar with the crescent step, which is this one where you go on the toe, here, this is a good place to start because the actual noodle legs is on the heel, but it's similar in that you draw this C shape beside you. Like this. So the first thing you need to get comfortable with is doing that. Now you do need to be quite low because it's quite an awkward position to get this foot out and back in again. The lower you are, the more space you've got to make this little C shape. So all I'm doing is putting all my weight on my right foot and then just doing this. This isn't really got a lot of weight on it at all. Like that. Then swapping, weight on here, and it's a very awkward position. But the more you do it, the more it kind of starts to feel a bit easier. It's like anything. Practice, practice, practice. Once you're comfortable with this C, we need to add the next bit. All my weight's on here. I'm going to do my C, and then my foot comes back in, and it's at this angle here. So what I'm going to do is put my foot flat, and I'm going to put all my weight on that front outside wheel, and I'm going to pivot. C, front outside wheel, pivot. You may have noticed my glamorous assistants have joined me. This is because, very much like crazy legs, you need to do two manuals at the same time. So when you do crazy leg, you've got this kind of toe in the middle. And that's what gives it the look. And I have got a whole video on those if you want to learn them. So with this one, what we're doing here is we're turning, we're going round, and then we're pivoting. But what's going to happen is at this point, we pivot on this outside toe, and the heel manual of the next foot is going to happen at the same time, like that. So I'm going to come round onto my toe of this foot, outside front wheel, and my heel wheels of this foot, like that. So what's happening is this one is straightening up on the toe and this one is pointing out on the heels. So heels, toe. So this foot's going to straighten and this one's going to turn out like that. And that is noodle legs. So it's one of these ones that what I do when I'm learning something like this is I will do it very slowly and get this muscle memory. And the more you do this, you can then get it faster. And then try and do it as fast as you can. And it gets a bit sloppy, but that's okay. And then go back and do it nice and slowly. And what I find is each time you go from fast to slow, it gets a little bit cleaner, a little bit better, and your brain starts to go, ah, I can do this, it's easy. So take your time. It's just gonna need a little bit of brain and foot communication, but you will get there. I'm Katie, you've been watching Skatie, and I'll see you next time. Bye!